morning. It is a very cold morning in Cusco. I need to show you to the window. I don't know if you can see it. I have some kind of blinders on. So it's been rather cloudy and rainy for the last days, and we don't have any heating here in Peru. We are just not, that's just not something the houses have. So, you know, if it's cold, you just put on all your clothes and wrap in blankets and stuff like that and drink hot beverages, which I'm doing at the moment as well. Okay, I have been very on the introverted side lately, and did not feel like I wanted to share anything. And I'm still kind of on the quiet side. Last weekend I did a dry fast for 48 hours and I managed to finish it. It was not easy at all, but it was not by far as difficult than last time when I broke. And I went to work on Saturday for 2 or 3 hours and on Sunday as well. And I was fine, I could do it just fine. Especially on Sunday, it was amazing because I was like in the last leg of my dry fast. I was like hitting the 45, 46, 47 hours mark. And I mean, I was a bit on the grumpy side maybe, but the astonishing thing was that my mouth was not that dry. I mean, I had production of saliva on and off, and that's what made it easy for me to talk to the patients and to the colleagues. But I have noticed that whenever I do a dry fast, I'm a very, very I'm a person who wants to really stick to herself, and I do not enjoy talking to anyone. So I mean, I get very short in my answers, and when I do my rounds, I stay like the minimal amount of time with patients. Plus, I try not to, you know, get into chat mode with my colleagues and stuff like that. Plus, I kind of get very grumpy if my kids want something of me they could do themselves. So I'm like, you are, you know, like 16 or you are 18, depending on who it is. You can do that yourself. So I get like very short and decisive in my answers. I like directly cut through it to it, like boom. And I'm not very friendly, I must say, especially in the last hours of my dry fast. What I noticed was that whenever I dry fast, every emotion impacts me like straight up front, like directly. For example, I was on the bus going to work and there was a guy who was talking on his cell phone, and he was talking very loudly, like shouting into his cell phone, and he was talking to a woman and he was like telling me, oh, for once cook for your children and blah blah blah, you know, in a very very horrible tone. And then he was laughing like haha. And I was, you know, I was like at the point of telling him to shut up, but you know, people don't take that very nicely either. But so, you know, all kinds of emotions that are flowing around, or things said with an emotional content, or whatever, that kind of impacts me strongly, very, very strongly. It goes like right through to my core, like straight into it. And that's difficult to handle. That's really difficult to handle. That's why I really try and keep to myself mostly, and not expose myself with other human beings' emotions, because it gets too much. You don't have any kind of layer, protective layer around yourself. So yeah, if you eat and drink, that kind of creates a protective layer so that you don't feel emotions that much. And on the second day, I also hit a layer of my own emotions. Oh yeah, I hit a layer of pain, and it was like an onion, because once I found out what was being painful to me, I think the first layer was like, when I really felt it, was like, I don't like to have to let go of the people in my life that I love. And that's a subject for me right now, because my daughter is going to go to Germany very soon, and is not going to live with me like regularly anymore. And she's only 16, so that's a bit painful. And then what was painful next was about a friend who went away, and I'm not going to see him for months. And then what was painful was my divorce, which has just gone through, I guess. I think today, if I find the time, I'm going to go and get the paper where it officially states that I'm divorced now. That really was a strong one and brought me to tears, because I mean, I really loved him, you know. And I gave myself the time to mourn once more that our relationship had gone down the drain. And then I could let that go, and then I don't know if I hit some more levels. Oh yeah. I was mourning my mother being in an old people's home with Alzheimer's and really declining mentally from day to day. And as well, my father was passed a year and a half ago, and that's where it's kind of stopped. I mean, I think there was a deeper layer of pain even there, but it was like peeling an onion, and it was very interesting to kind of go through all those layers. So yeah, I cried quite a bit. And yes, I had tears coming out. So funny, because a doctor colleague, she asked me, hey, when you're on a dry fast, if you cry, do you have tears coming out? I said, yes, I do. So, okay, that was that. And then, today is a big day because today we can eat again. It has been 6 weeks after finishing the course, and yeah, I mean, it's not like I have not eaten yet, but I have eaten very limited amounts. I mean, I've had some binge days, like binge days, where I've had like 6 cream crackers, the big ones, and plus soup, plus blah, 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 chocolate and stuff like that. But, the binge days were like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 in the last 6 weeks. And on the other days, like a regular day, I would like have maybe half a bread roll and lots and lots of avocado and then maybe some soup. And of course, if my children cooked something, which was like mostly pasta, because that's what they do most, I would have some bites of pasta. So, like the food groups have been very kind of limited. And then some days ago, I have started to have a little bit of fruit as well, like not in juice or smoothies, but, like chew on strawberries and grapes, and I had a mango. And some bites of watermelon, which was so abstract for me. I was like 3 or 4 days ago, I was like, my God, you can actually, put a piece of fruit in your mouth and chew it and then swallow it. That was so abstract after not doing that for like 6 weeks almost. But yeah, my cheats have been not like the healthiest food, so I haven't even thought of having a salad or something. Apart from the bit of salad I had on the plane ride. So from today on, we can kind of begin to experiment with food again. And I gotta tell you, like in the beginning, in the first 4 weeks or 5 weeks, like up until a week ago maybe, I was kind of obsessed with the state of today, and I was like, oh my God, and this day I'm going to eat all kinds of stuff. And I have the meal totally planned out. I'm going to fill 1 ton sheets with cheese and put them in the oven and make a big batch of guacamole, and my daughter's going to bring a big portion of French fries when she comes home, and I might even make a salad. So that's like the meal, all junk food that I've planned to eat today. But today I'm not excited about it anymore. I'm like, okay, I mean, from now on, I can eat different stuff. And I don't really want it anymore in the same way I've wanted it before. I was hallucinating for some time with cheese pizza and, those things that I'm going to eat today. But I'm like, since 2 days or so, there has been a shift, or since this week maybe, that I really feel that I'm nourished by prana. And I mean, why should I put all those kinds of things in my body? Okay, it will be nice to try it, just to taste it, but not like eating it in quantities, just a little bit for the taste, for the fun, And I'm most definitely going to do that, but I'm just, it's not very practical. It's not like before where I would think, okay, I'm going to cook a huge batch of chickpeas curry or a nice pasta or potatoes, I don't know, whatever, and then have it. It's not like that anymore. I mean, I could still cook and then my children could have it. and I could just have a little bit. But, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm going to go on and eat real, like, meals. It feels more like I'm going to stay with snacks. Well, yeah. So that's basically my news. And I know I still haven't made an update or a video about my motivation doing all of this. I will do it at one point. So I wish you a good day, and I see you in the next one. Bye.